All right, what's up, guys? So back with another one today. Just stupid, fun video, but today I wanted to go over 5 unwritten FGC rules. Now, these are not rules, but these are things like, customs that I think the community at large has come to agree with over the years. So I just wanted to share it. If you're a newer player, you might not be familiar, or if you don't really interact with the community, you're just a net play warrior. I just wanted to share the knowledge. And before we get started, these are not my rules, okay? So don't write in the chat, like, screw you, June, I'll do whatever I want. I'm just sharing this information with you. It's up to you whether you want to follow, whether you agree or you disagree. Even I disagree with some of these rules, but anyway, if you like this stuff, hit the sub button. And if you got any other local rules, like if you have any like funny stuff that you and your buddies do, let me know in the comments. I always love hearing that kind of stuff. Anyway, let's go. All right, so the first one is kind of obvious, I think, because modern games now show, right? They'll show you when you're playing a ranked set. They'll have those 2 little stars or whatever, those 2 little dots, those markers. But always play a first to 2 or first to 3, depending on what the game is. But when you're playing a ranked set or a net play set with somebody, do not leave after 1 game. Or even worse, don't leave after it's 1-1, right? Sit there, play first to 2, play the full set, right? This is a rule I think you have to follow. Back in the day, in old fighting games, they didn't really have that marker, right? So whenever you played like an online set, it was either infinite, you could play as many as you want, or they kicked you out after 1. So we kind of had to force ourselves to kind of, as a community, like make sure you fight them first to 2, because that's what tournament sets are kind of the standard. And a first to 1 doesn't really prove much. First to 1, a lot of times in fighting games, is who's got the best gimmick, who's got the funniest gamble, who did the dumbest thing and it paid off and then they ran away. So just kind of avoid that. As a courtesy, always stick around for first to 2. Now, I know this is a hot topic. Some people get very, very angry. You don't always have to do it, okay? If you leave mid-set, I'm not going to go on Reddit twit longer about it. But just in general, try to stick around and play the first to 2. Don't be a one-and-doneer. I'm talking to you Tekken players, by the way. I'm talking to you Tekken players. Tekken players are the worst when it comes to one-and-done. Yes, that's it. Rule number 1, always play the full set first to 2. Rule number 2. Now, this is what I don't agree with, but don't hit your opponent if they're AFK. Now, this happens a lot. Ready, round 1, start. And you move around, you jump in the air, and your opponent's just standing there, just looking at you. So you're like, what's this guy doing? What kind of stance is that? He's waiting out. No, he's just AFK. So what you're supposed to do in this situation, people do it to me all the time, is just wait. Just wait a little bit, wait 10 seconds, 20 seconds so they come back. They'll move a little bit, then you can start the match. Like I said, if Leo is going crazy, I have to go get Leo. Or someone's knocking on the door, I got to go get them. Like I said, my opponent will be there waiting for me 10 times. Honestly, it's like 10. I think it's more than 9 times out of 10. In Japan, I think they're very, very courteous on net play in that regard. But don't hit your opponent. Now, like I said, I disagree. I'm sorry, but if we're on ranked, if there are points on the line, I'm taking those points no matter what. Now, see, that's me knowing that I'm being a bad boy, but rank points above all. But yes, that's it. Rule number 2, if your opponent's AFK, courtesy says, wait a little bit for them to come back. If you wait a long time, they don't come back, just beat their ass, take the points, and go. But yes, wait at least just a little bit. All right, number 3. This is probably the most controversial one, I think. And this is something I got in a lot of trouble. I got in a lot of trouble when I first moved to Japan. But number 3, do not hit your opponent's dead body. Now, again, the Tekken players are really, really angry at me. Tekken, I think, is okay. I think Tekken culture is okay, but it is seen as very, very, very disrespectful. I'll say in Japan. In America, I don't think people really care that much. But dead body hits, as in, like, you win the round, right? The round is over, KO. Doing actions after the round, hitting them again, was seen as a very, very big sign of disrespect. So bad, in fact. Like, if you're a newer fighting game player, you probably don't even recognize, but throughout the years, with each version of a new fighting game, the developers have been taking away that option. Even in Tekken, they put in that item called the magic mirror where the opponent flies away. It prevents the opponent from hitting them after the round. But if you go back and you look at an old game, you look at like Street Fighter 4, that was pretty bad. BlazBlue, Calamity Trigger, that was the worst. You could input like full supers after the round. You could do so much after the round. So what you were supposed to do is after the round ends, just stand there. Stand there, walk back, do something, but do not hit the opponent's dead body. If you hit them after the round, huge sign of disrespect. You're sending them a message like, look, I don't like you. We're going to fight in real life. Now, what's funny is I had no idea. When I moved to Japan, I was beating the crap out of these guys in the arcade. Anytime, rounds over, DPRC, I would do a super, I would do whatever. I would just go crazy. I found out like months later, they have the fighting game message board. We didn't even use Twitter back then, but they always posted about me on the message board. They were like, that foreigner that keeps hitting everybody's dead body, the dead body hitter. I didn't know. I'm sorry, I didn't know. But yes, do not hit people's dead body. At least don't do a super move. Don't make it too intentional. But yes, there you go. Again, that's a rule. You can follow it or not. It's up to you. Rule number 4. Again, this is another thing to do with like kind of overkill. But if you can kill your opponent with a jab or a light attack, just do it. So a good example I would say is like Street Fighter 6, right? So Street Fighter 6, your opponent's in burnout. Boom. You hit them on the wall stun. They're going to die in the next hit. If you do your 15-second super move completely unnecessary, that's bad manners, right? That's bad manners, right? You're breaking the unwritten rule. You're forcing them, wasting everybody's time, forcing them to watch the movie. You're supposed to just do basic hit, a jab, a throw, something simple, just no flash. But sometimes you gotta let them know, right? Sometimes you gotta let them know. But that's another rule. So not just Street Fighter 6. It's kind of like anything. You know, I'm playing Grand Blue a lot. Grand Blue's the same way. It's like, do I want to do a super? Do I want to just kill you with a super? I can just kill you with an EX instead. But it's about kind of taking the most simple route out instead of doing overkill. What's kind of funny though is in a game like Blaze Blue or Guilty Gear, overkill is actually the best option. So going for your instant kill or your astral is actually optimal. So it's okay to do it in that game. But other games, you're not supposed to kill them with a super when a lighter attack will work. But again, like I said, sometimes you just got to do it. Sometimes you got to do it. But there you go. Just know that if you are doing that, if you think it's fun, you think it's cool, just know that you are sending a message to some people. They might be getting butthurt over that. So just be aware. They might write about you on Twitter. I don't know. Last one, number 5. Now, this is one I really agree with. This is one that I stand by 100%. But if you are fighting a weaker player, or if you're fighting somebody that's playing on their secondary character, their new character, don't go 100%. Again, this is another take. You could completely disagree. Very controversial. But me personally, if I see someone that I know and is playing, this is all from arcade culture, right? But if I go to the arcade cabinet and I see a guy I know, he's a really strong player. He always plays, I don't know, Hakumen. I see him playing with Jin, and he's not as good. I'm not going to pick my main, you know? I'll pick my secondary character to fight his secondary character. And what's funny about that, too, is like, when you have a bunch of characters, you can kind of see. You're like, this is their best character, this is number 2, this is their weakest character. So kind of matching your character to theirs so you have a good match instead of just stomping them and forcing them to play their main. Same thing when you see a beginner. I would see someone that's not that good. They're not the same level as a Southeast Asian Major champion. I would pick, you know, a sub character, a side character. Or maybe I'd pick my main character, but I would hold back a little bit, right? I wouldn't want to go 100%. I wouldn't want to beat their ass. So that's unwritten rule. One I agree with, and I think a lot of people probably disagree. So let me know. What do you think there? But there you go. Like I said, just dumb kind of knowledge share video. Anything you really agree with, disagree with. Like I said, it's about 50-50 for me, huh? It's about 50-50 for me, but the important thing is when I do something that's bad, I know what I'm doing is bad. So no regrets. You have to just own up to your actions and go with it. But yeah, that's it. Any other rules? Hopefully, did you learn anything if you're a new player? Did you know these existed? Now that you do know, are you going to care? It's fine. I'm not saying you have to do it. I'm just wanted to share it with you. Do you agree? Do you think you should be able to do whatever you want? Do you think you should respect your opponents? I don't know. But leave a comment. Let me know what you think, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.